it's Lynette with Charm Grammy Crochet, and today is going to be WIP Wednesday, I guess. This is going to be, I think, coming out on Wednesday. I filmed 3 videos on Monday. This is the 3rd one. So if you didn't see the other 2, pop back and check them out. I appreciate that. And I want to welcome you into the man cave with yarn in it. As you may know, this is my Coke bottle display over here, and then I have some just excess that wants to go in the yarn room. And I'm not going to have time to work on that this week. At the time of this video filming, which is Monday, I'm projecting that I'm not going to have time to work on it at all this week. I have a busy week. I'm still working on the crochet blankets for Chloe and her friend. I have a couple to finish. Well, 1 to finish, 1 to start, and I have to add the buttons to all of them, so that'll be probably in another video later this week. But I wanted to get these ones up and ready and running while nobody else was home, and I could just buzz through them. So this is going to be a Knit Happens Double Dog Dare. I can't remember the rest of the hashtag, but it's hashtag Double Dog Dare something. Knit blanket, I think. That was the brainchild of my good friend Laura from Mad Mimi's Crochet and Farming. Several of us, including myself, were let's learn to knit. I want to learn to knit. I want to learn to knit. And when I was in Sarasota with the Zoom aunties, all my Zoom sisters, Nikki from Addicted to Yarn tried to teach me to knit. She, not just me, but anybody that wanted to learn. Nancy took off on it from She's Got Yarn too, and she's just a knitting fool. I made a washcloth that looked like a stingray because it was not at all square. But I enjoyed the process, so I put it down, and I haven't had anyone to teach me to knit. So Laura came up with this. It's a blanket called Fall Cuddler Chunky Blanket Knitting Pattern from Mama in a Stitch. Can you see it? Am I in the right spot? I'm never in the right spot. There you go. That's what it looks like. It's a free pattern. And I believe it's on Ravelry. I think that's where we got it from. I think Laura sent me the link because I really don't know how to use Ravelry. I have a Ravelry account. I've been in it probably to print that. I don't know how to use it. One day I'm going to sit down with Laura and Zoom, and she's going to teach me. She just doesn't know that that's coming up for her one day. Anyway, I've used several tutorials, and this Knit 101 book that I believe I got at Ollie's. I just happened to see it one time and I bought it, and then this came up. And there's actual patterns in this book as well, including a sweater. Can you see that sweater? I want to learn to make a sweater. And I want to make it so that it looks like this stitch. I think, where you just got the V's, just like if you were to buy a sweater in the store. And I'm looking to see. This book is really nice, like step-by-step instructions on how to do things. And these are easy product. So to get you started, they've got a hat, easy for a baby. So it's a tiny hat. Fingerless mitts. And let's see, what is she telling you? Worsted weight yarn, that is. I would have thought it looked smaller. This cowl. I don't think I've ever showed you guys the pictures in this book before. Some plant cozies. But why couldn't you make the same thing? And I think this is knitting in the round. Why couldn't you make the same thing, but use it as a cup cozy? Well, these go. But a cup does that, right? That's 4 worsted weight. small one and a large one for plant cozies. But I could think they could be a ribbed hat and scarf. This is not the sweater pattern that I want, and this one has a learn by you go video, which I never noticed that in there before. But it's not the V pattern that I want in a sweater, but it's not a bad pattern. It's nice, and it's got a learn by video, gocrafty.com, and then it's got this guitar sweater. I mean, seriously, this is a guitar sweater. So that's some color work going on in there. And that one also has a gocrafty.com. And it's got a tutorial. Here's another picture of it. And it's got a quick grid. I didn't know they use those in knitting. Oh my gosh, you got a decrease, and that's looking like some hard stuff. They show you how to make the bobbins. They actually use bobbins, or you could do it this way, I guess. Yeah, they got some. This is knitting 101. That looks like some color work in there, and yeah, sewing over and sewing it in. Get strumming. They're making the strums on the guitar or something. Yeah, she's sewing. So the guitar strings you sew over. So very, and oh dear, wait, there's one more. There's even more. Then there is a baby blanket that's made with a 5 chunky. And it's a basket weave pattern. And then it's look at this, I never saw this in the bottom before either. But that's a free learning tutorials. So there you go. Learn by video, www.gocrafty.com. There's a hyphen in there. So I might check out some of those videos. I hadn't done that. I didn't know they were there. So that's very interesting. I didn't go that far into the book. I just needed the knit and purl stitches, and I didn't go further than that. Oh, and the 2 together. So anyway, I am caught up to last Friday. I have not done this Friday's, and this Friday's might just be late because I really want to get Chloe's blankets done. Move-in is the 19th, and Chloe's friends' blankets aren't done. But this is where I'm at. Let's see what side I'm showing you. This is the front, I think. Yeah, because we're back to the V's that I like so much. But I like the bumpy on the bottom as well. And I wouldn't mind a sweater that, you know, had that kind of texture, but I want to start with a sweater like this. So my thought process is when we're done with this blanket, or when I'm caught up with, you know, Chloe's blankets being out of my most pressing time, I really like this blanket. I love this yarn, by the way. It's the Dots of Love that I got from Yarn Bee Hobby Lobby clearance last year. Like it's a year-old yarn, a year ago. I don't think they make it anymore. I don't think they sell it anymore. I love the yarn. It is so great. It would be such a comfy sweater. And I have more of it. Hopefully enough that I could make a sweater. Because I would want to make a sweater out of it. But I think I'm going to take some of my bulky yarns and knit another blanket when I'm done with this, just on my own. Not really a pattern, but just something really easy knit. But now that I see there's one in this book, I might do that one with the basket weave. They use different color yarns. I have some different color yarns. I don't know if I have enough or the right quantities, but I can just throw in other colors and just make it like a scrappy but with full skeins. A bulky yarn. So I'm going to see how much it takes, and maybe I'll do that blanket because it's got a video tutorial. But I want to practice with another blanket and then get into a sweater. And the sweater out of these anyway that I want to make, I want to use this yarn. This is Loops and Threads wool-like, and it is, I found it in my yarn room. My good friend Trisha from Mama Swift sent this to me in a yarn swap. She sent me 12 skeins, so it's plenty of yarn. It's a one weight yarn. I'm like, Trish, what are you thinking? But there's no wool in it. It's just wool-like. But she wanted me to make a sweater out of it. And, you know, purple is my favorite color. And I want to make a sweater out of it. And I've been holding it off to learn to make a good sweater. And I've decided that the knit sweater is the sweater that I need to make out of this yarn. So another blanket's going to come. And then I might attempt a knit sweater out of the purple yarn. So I'm real excited about that. I should have, there's 678 yards per skein. So, and you're going to probably use little teeny tiny needles, which I have two sets of, complete sets of interchangeable needles that I bought on clearance at, I think it was Michael's, in like a 45-minute drive from me by my daughter's old house. I stopped in there. They have a Joann's, a Michael's, and a Hobby Lobby all in one shopping center. Like, right. The Hobby Lobby is the furthest away from the other two stores across the parking lot. The Joann's and the Michael's are literally like 5 stores apart. And then Hobby Lobby is across the parking lot. I love to go there, but it's like a 45-minute ride, and there's no reason to go there unless I'm going to those stores. Which, when Hobby Lobby has their clearance sales, I definitely do as well. I will do it. But now that my daughter doesn't live out there anymore, I don't have much reason to go out there other than to go yarn shopping, which is always a good reason, right? So anyway, oh God, I'm still wearing the outfit that I got my hair cut in earlier today, which is now 2 days ago. When you watch this on Wednesday, and I got my hair cut on Monday, and I just had another hair attacking me. So anyway, the Knit Happens blanket, the Double Dog Dare, is wonderful. I love it. I enjoy knitting, particularly now that I have I feel like I have a clue what I'm doing with the knit stitch and the purl stitch. I know which is which to make it. I know what it's supposed to look like when I have a few of them. But coming off the hook or the needles, they look the same to me. All the stitches look the same to me coming off the needles. I don't know how to differentiate that, if I'm doing the correct stitch or not. But I do know how to back it up a few stitches. If I've done something wrong, I figured that out. If I drop a stitch, knock on wood, I have not done. I've been really, really careful to not do that because I don't know how to fix that. And I don't want to learn at this point. So, we're not going to drop a stitch. I have a lifeline that I did not move up when we went to this new section, and I should have moved it up, but I did not. I actually didn't even think about moving it up, so that's kind of sad, and I probably will move it up before I continue on. It would be smart of me to do that, because I want the section to turn out properly, and if I don't have a lifeline in there, I'm not taking things apart, for sure. But if I find it's wrong, in the beginning of this blanket, if it's wrong, I just keep going. But I don't know how much more we have to go, but I believe we're more than halfway done. I'm on my 4th skein of yarn. It's not using nearly the amount of yarn I thought it would. Laura says the same thing. And we are using 10 millimeter circular needles. But now I want to be more specific about it being correct. Like, I want to make sure I'm doing the right stitch where I'm supposed to do the right stitch, so that on my next project, will be better at that. You know, for the first half, I'm just kind of like, whatever, because I don't know the difference. when I'm making the stitch, the mechanics of it at that moment. Oh, I'm knitting. Oh, wait, I should have been purling. I can back off one or two. If I do 2 rows in and see that I purled where I should have knitted, I'm like, I don't care. But at this point, I want to care because I want it to look like it's supposed to look. But I'm not going to frog anything without a lifeline to get me there. So hopefully I still won't have to frog because I dropped a stitch because I don't know how to fix that. And I know that there's tutorials to figure it out. And there's Lynn from Zoom, my Zoom sister. She is a very good knitter. My good friend Trish knits. And my good friend Lala knits. She knows how to fix them. Nancy knows how to fix them too if you drop a stitch. And you do it with a crochet hook. Isn't that so funny? That I do know. But that's all I know. And maybe if I learned how to fix it, I could fix it on hats that I make instead of frogging them off my knitting machine. Because I frog knitted hats for it dropping a stitch. I go, oh crap, gotta start this one over. But you could fix it on the knitting machine too. I just haven't. So anyway, that is my Knit Happens, and that are my future knit projects I'm very excited about. I think I will knit a blanket for Boggy Creek. And so that's going to happen. Yay! I'm excited about that. But I want to finish this one first. Maybe I'll start. I got to finish Chloe's blankets first, then I'll have more time to decide if I want to start another one before. I don't know. We'll see. All right, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, liking, subscribing, thummies, all that stuff, comments. Love it. I'll see you next time. Bye.